What's up guys? Today's video I wanted to show you guys some of my favorite tack brands and what I normally use in my daily routines. So it's going to be saddles, bridles, saddle pads, and all that nonsense that I get asked a lot about on my Instagram. I just got home from classes, so I just have to change real quick, but stick around and I will head down to the barn and show you guys what I got. So it only took me like a year and a half to be exact to find pants, but I'm trying my best. Alright, so we'll start out with some simple things, which are just my bridles. And my English bridle is by C&C Signature, and this is their anatomical one. So it's got the wider brow band and nose band, and you can see these more accurately on what they look like on my Instagram. You can see them on pictures of Diesel and Elliot showing. This is the bridle that I showed the Congress with, and I love it. It sticks out just a little bit, but it's not too obnoxious. And it really complemented both Elliot and Diesel's face. Diesel has a really big face and Elliot has a really small face, and it worked really, really well with both of them. My reins, on the other hand, are not by C&C Signature, and that's only because I need the extra long reins for my hunt seat horses. And these actually don't have a brand on them, but because I got them used, but I know you can get them from sstack.com or Schneider's. I've also seen people get them off Dover, but the ones that I like that have this like webbed type of rein are from sstack.com. These have held up really, really well. Like I said, I got them used and they were really disgusting when I got them. I took some neat's foot oil to them and cleaned them up, and they've held up really well ever since. The C&C Signature bridle also holds up really, really nicely. I don't take the best care of it. I actually left it out when we had a week or two straight of rain. I accidentally left it in the arena, and it actually is not that bad looking. Like I said, I mostly only use it for shows, and it's still really nice and supple and soft and hasn't gotten like hard or crusty or anything like that. My work bridle actually has a couple components to it. So the noseband is just from like one of those cheap bridles from Dover, and the drop noseband is just from our local tack shop. It's got like a button on it so you can put it on any bridle. And the reason I have this is because Diesel likes to chew on the reins. So it's not to keep his mouth closed, it's not to keep him engaged on the bit or anything. It's not supposed to be super, super tight. I've never made it super, super tight. He can still open his mouth. It's literally just so he can't open his mouth enough to get it on the reins. That's all it is. And my work bridle is from Harris, and this is one that I won from one of our associations in our year-end awards. And super, super nice. I've never had an issue with any of my Harris products, and their work bridles are pretty much the only ones I like to use. They've got the tie attachments on the sides, and my reins, which are the split reins, are also Harris. These are, if I can find the end of them, these are 8-foot long reins. So like I said, we have super long necked hunt seat horses, so these come in handy. And the Harris stuff stays super nice. Again, I'm not nice to my bridles. I don't take care of them, but I've never been disappointed with the quality or have any sort of issues with them. My horse actually, like I said, he eats the reins, and he did actually eat the leather ties and broke them off the reins, and I ended up zip tying them. But they still work fine, and we just continue on our merry way. Wanted to add in a couple more small items before I move on to the big items like saddles. So on the topic of leg protection, if you follow my Instagram, you'll know that I've always been a huge advocate of polos. I don't dislike boots, and in some situations, boots are really awesome and compared to polos. Personally, the reason I love polos so much is because you can really get that custom fit. You can get as snug as possible to their leg. However, the problem with polos is if you don't know how to wrap them, you can do some serious damage to your horse's leg by wrapping the tendon the wrong way. That being said, boots can be put on the wrong way, whatever. But I actually did have an incident the other day where Diesel tripped and nicked his leg and actually ripped the polo. And I'm glad I had the polos on, because if he didn't, he would have ripped his skin. I mean, it was a pretty bad cut. And those are my favorite polos, and I'm really sad about it. But anyways, the point being, leg protection is really, really important. Even if you're kind of iffy on the idea of them protecting the tendons, just the skin itself, if they trip or whatever, it's really a good idea to explore the topic of leg protection no matter what you choose. So these are the polos that I use. These are from Hopeful Equestrian. A lot of my polos, especially my pattern polos, are the ones that have a cool ribbon on them, are from Hopeful Equestrian. I think actually all my pattern polos are from them. And I'll link all that stuff in my bio. I do have a discount code for them, so be sure to check that out. And the reason I love these so much is because the quality is really unbeatable. Like, they look like they came out of a factory, but I know the girl that makes them. We're really good friends. And, they don't stretch out over time. Like I said, I use and abuse my stuff. These things do not get taken care of. And, they get muddy and gross and don't get washed regularly, and they just sit in the mud, and it's not a good time. But, you know, they don't stretch out, they don't rip, they don't have any of those issues, and, you know, the stitching never comes apart, never have, you know, safety issues, anything like that with them. I really, really love these. These are my, I believe, ocean tie-dye is what she calls them. I have way too many of her polos, and I'm obsessed with them, needless to say. Barney's going to start screaming at me because he's hungry. Anyways, so now that I just gave you my rant about polos, I also do use boots. And the reason I use boots is mostly for lunging. So say we're at a show, what I'll do is I'll go out and lunge Diesel, and then I'll bring him back and tack him up and probably go lunge him again before I ride. But the boots are just simplicity. I can't remember exactly what these are called. You can find them on Dover, and someone's probably going to be like, that's what they're called in the comments, whatever. But these, of course, as you can see, also get abused. I don't take care of my things. Like, I haven't said it enough. But like I said, these are from Dover. You know, you can find a lot of different types of them. So these, basically, they go right up on the tendon, and they basically keep everything as straight and intact as their job. And, you know, I mostly use them for lunging boots, you know, if I need to put on boots quickly, or if I'm going to be in somewhere that's really not great footing and it's going to be really muddy, as you can see, I'll use these over my polos or something that's really wet. You know, I don't like to use these every ride, only because they get kind of like caked and gross in there, and I can wash the polos a whole lot easier. But these are also a really good alternative as well. I get a lot of questions about this saddle pad right here. This is my half pad, and it looks like a Fleeceworks, and technically it is. And like you can see on the spine here, it says Fleeceworks down the spine. I don't remember which one this is. I bought this probably 4 years ago. I actually don't have Fleeceworks inserts in this. This is not a technical Fleeceworks saddle pad. So the issue with Fleeceworks is it's really, really pretty on the outside, which is why I've kept this. You know, it has that borderline, there's that annoying light right here, I'm sorry. But there's that borderline fleece that, you know, frames the saddle really well for the show pen. But the problem with Fleeceworks is the internal system is not very supportive. So if you're looking for just like something for show or looks or whatever, you know, that's great. But the inside of the Fleeceworks is basically just foam that when it compresses, or when you sit down in the saddle, when you put the saddle on and girth it up, it compresses to almost nothing. So what we did is we put thin line inserts in it. So when you compress it, it's still, you can't even see that, but like it still has thickness to it and still has support to it. So this is a Fleeceworks saddle pad with thin line inserts. And again, I don't know the specifics on which one those are. All right, next. This makes me really sad, actually. This is my Professional's Choice girth, and this is my favorite girth, and this is a size 56, and Diesel is a size 58. And in order to get a size 58, you have to pay like an additional $25+, and it has to be ordered in, and it's just a freaking nightmare. And yeah, and I really love the ones that have the fleece on the sides for show purposes, but fat boy grew out of this one. But anyways, it's still my favorite type of girth. I still use a Professional's Choice girth on my work saddle. I don't remember which size that one is. But I love this because both sides of the girth are stretchy. I just have no strength in that shoulder, which I can't stretch it. It's got the neoprene underside, which means you can just spray it off to clean it. It stays really clean. It doesn't get all that hunky junky stuff in the saddle or in the girth and irritate underneath the girth. Underneath the girth and irritate the horse. There we go. Anyway, but yeah, this is the Ventec. They have a couple different options for your girths. Also has the hook for training purposes and all that jazz. I love these girths. They're super, super heavy duty, and I'm keeping this just in case Diesel ever, like, I don't know, shrinks or loses weight and he can fit back into it, because I love it. I really don't know how dirty this is going to be, and I'm kind of scared to pull this off, but oh, shit. This is my English saddle. It's got Millbrook leathers on it and composite stirrups, and it is a Pessoa XHC. It is, I believe, a regular flap. It's not, I know it's not forward, but like I don't know all the details of that. But anyway, at the last show, my spur got stuck on it as I was getting off, and I made this horrible scratch, and I'm still crying about it, but it's fine. Anyway, so this is what the saddle looks like. Super, super comfy seat, especially. That was my main point in buying it, because I have a lot of hip problems after an accident that happened a few years ago, and I needed something that will be able to support my hip and support my SI joint. So the really squishy seat is what made me buy it. Got my nameplate on the back. Oh, so very exciting. And it's got the Millbrook leathers on it, which, in my opinion, especially when you're an all-around rider and you're going from a work saddle to an English saddle, do make a difference because you got a little bit more stability there from the wider strap, and it helps a lot with your leg stability. The black composite stirrups are lightweight, so, oops, camera strap. So they're lightweight, helps your leg a lot, and they're also black, which keeps the picture of a quiet leg in there. This saddle is a 16.5. I am 5'6", and I ride hunt seat. I don't know if that matters, but whatever. Barney, are you gonna chill there? I'm gonna have to pick that up in a hot minute. This is my work saddle, which is a Billy Cook. I have no idea how old it is. My English saddle, by the way, is I think 2 or 3 years old. I bought it new from Dover a couple years ago. And, alright, so I'll show you guys the details on this. I also broke this up here when I had a horse flip on me. The top of it just kind of like pops off, but doesn't, you know, hurt the saddle in any type of way. It's held up really well. It's been rained on. It's been, you know, had, like I said, horses flip over on it. The whole 9 yards. I bought it used, of course. But yeah, that's what it looks like. This is actually a 17-inch, and I will be replacing it, not anytime soon, so please don't ask me how much it is and if it's for sale. But I will be replacing it when I have the money saved up, only because it's too big for me, and it doesn't help me sit the horse correctly. But, yeah. So there's a little Billy Cook emblem, if it'll focus. It probably won't. Yeah, whatever. Right here you can see, where'd it go? All these scratch marks right here are from where I had that horse flip on me. And why my legs all messed up. Fun times. Barney, go away! Also, everyone asks me where I get these. I literally ordered mine off of Amazon, but I know Winniewear also sells them. You can look them up on Instagram. But yeah, I love my saddle. It's super, super durable. I really love the Billy Cook brand. It's held up really, really well. I honest to God would not be selling it if it wasn't my size. Eventually, like I said, it's not for sale right now. This girth is very muddy, but it is a 36. And it's a little big for my other guys, but it fits Diesel really well. Here's the teal strap on the other side, and yeah. So there's my saddle, my work saddle. I keep having to move around because this light is like seriously cramping my style. But one more thing I want to show you guys I get a lot of questions on, are actually kind of two things and my reasoning behind it. But my saddle pad that I use for my work saddle is a 1 pad. I believe I think this might be the thickest option you can get. There's a couple different size options. I honestly don't know what this is. I think it's a 2-inch. I don't know. It might be a 1.5. But yeah, I really like this, mostly because of the neoprene underside. I obviously don't keep it very clean. I need to clean it off today. Okay, we're fine. My dad just shot a possum, and I didn't know he was down there, and that scared the absolute living daylights out of me. But he got it, so it's dead now, and we're good. Back to this. So the neoprene underside, it promotes a lot of sweating, which promotes, you know, the horse, all the muscles in his back and everything like that. And then you can just rinse it off at the end of the day. And it has lasted me probably, I think I've had this puppy like probably 5 years now. It was not cheap. It was more in the $200 range. But like I said, it's lasted forever. It's really, really good for their backs. It has all these for breathing and stuff. I don't know. I really love this so much. And I've used it pretty much on every horse that I work. And yeah, but there's the little label on there. It says 1 pad. That being said, as much as I do love the neoprene underside, Diesel gets a little bit cold backed if he hasn't been ridden in a while and it's cold outside. And I know a couple other horses that do too, so sometimes I'll switch out for my Harris pad. This has the soft, oh my god, Barney's in the loft. Why is everything scaring me? Anyways, this has the soft and cushiony underside. This one's a little bit harder to keep clean. As you can see, it's pretty matted from all the sweat and the hair. I'll use this a lot in the winter. I'll tend to use the 1 pad in the summer. Only problem with the Harris ones is you can see their little logo on there too, I think. I don't know. The Harris no longer makes these, and I found this out this summer and snatched up this one and another one that I gave to my boyfriend to use from a friend of mine that was selling them. So if you see people that are selling them and they're in good condition, that's your best route, but Harris no longer makes them. The people that were making them retired, that made them for Harris, retired. So that sucks, but some people do sell them. You can find a lot of, knockoff versions of it that work perfectly fine. I just really like how thick the Harris pads are and the canvas top, so they are very durable. But yeah, Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. I'll try to make a couple more of these videos if you like them. Just tell me what you guys want to see, and I'll try to make it happen. Ellie is very grumpy today. Right? We having a grumpy day. Grumpy day. I love you. Anyway, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and tell me what you think, and tell me if you like or use any of these products, or if you use something different and why. And yeah, I'll be sure to check it all out, and see you guys next time.